Good to see you. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or good night. Welcome back to Having a Cup of Joe with Joe. I'm Joe. I hope everybody's been great. I'm doing great. We have a new addition to the family. My wife's new electric scooter gets up to 45 kilometers an hour. I tested it. First gear only goes to 30 kilometers an hour. Second gear goes like 35, and like 35 to 40 depending on if you're downhill. And third gear is like from the way up to 45. The bike's not bad. The wife was trying it out yesterday. Diane, I had to clear the seat as far as it could go for her because she's so short, like just tiny chick. But it's a really cool bike. It's small, but this is her stepping stone so she can be ready for a big bike eventually. I mean, excuse me, I got the burps from the coffee, plus I had pizza last night. But what's cool is it got these pedals on it right here, to where if the battery dies and you turn the power off, you can pedal it back home. I think that's pretty cool. If you run out of power, you can pedal it home. Do you know how many times I had to push my gas bike and wish I had pedals on the side of it? I'm talking about my scooter, not my big bikes. It'd be pointless for the big one. But yeah, this thing is called a Lion, Lion. It's pretty sweet. What's cool is when you turn the four ways on, check this out, ready? And then we got, oh, hold on, let me set the cup down. Got headlight. You see it? Pretty sweet. And this thing's already running. See? You can't even hear it. And if the power's on, you go reverse, the pedals move, but when it's going forward, they don't move. But it's a pretty cool little bike. I think Diane will have lots of fun with it, learning how to use it. I'm going to bring you in and show you some stuff real quick. Alright, check this out. The power is on. And look, it has the power gauge, the gear, your speed, your tripometer. Not too bad. The key, turn it off. Then on the key fob, we got a lock. Hold on, let me get this back. Then unlock, sound the lock, lock, unlock. Diane has not named the bike yet. She said that's an American thing. So I don't know if she's gonna name the bike, but she does. Oh, I'm missing top of my head. I wonder if it's sit farther back. There we go. But I'm gonna try talking her into naming it. She wanted a powdered baby blue one, but I couldn't find any powdered baby blue, but she didn't want navy blue. She wanted like a lighter. And when I seen this, I had to grab it. She did her first couple lessons yesterday, did really, really well. I was excited for her. And I think within the next week, she'll be driving home and driving to work and driving to the store. And my goal is to make her independent, so when I'm gone, she don't have to rely on taxis and Songtels and Grab and motorbike drivers. She can just hop on her scooter and go. 10 years ago when I first started, well, 15 years ago when I first started coming here to Thailand, it would only take you 5 minutes to get a Songtel, 3.5 minutes to get a tuk-tuk or a motorbike. Now you're waiting around half hour or so. So she's better off with a vehicle, and she really wanted this small thing because she's small. It's under warranty. I had to adjust the back brakes, they were way too loose. And I had to adjust the front brakes, they were way too loose. But I think I got it good. This thing got a basket that got a little lid, and it even latches down over. Pretty cool. I just don't understand why this seat's risen and this one's lowered. Shouldn't this one be higher in the back than the one in the front? Like 98% of motorcycles. But I don't know, it is what it is. Got a little cubby holes on here. The battery takes between 4 and 6 hours to charge, and you'll get about 140 kilometer distance per charge. Not too bad. I'm excited for her. She got a nice little bike. And here's another cool thing. Brand new. Brand spanking new. Like, I was excited when we got my daughter's bike because there was only one owner and it was low miles and it looked brand new. Like, and I was excited for that. This is showroom floor. I literally walked into the business and bought it right off the showroom floor. So that's amazing to me. Alright, now I'm going to move it out the way so I can bring the phone in, because it's really hard to even see if anyone's messaging me because how far I got the phone away. Alright, let's bring it in. Drop you down. I think also, let's drop this. Then we'll raise that up. Raise that up. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Frank. My wife is only 4'11" and about 95 pounds, maybe 100 pounds. So it's perfect for her. Pretty cool though. I mean, it's brand new, not used. I paid, I think, like $200 and some. So not bad, especially since most bikes over here that are scooters and stuff, they start off at $400 to $1,500. And there was other ones. I could have got one for $6,000, which would have been $200 instead of the $280 I spent. But I could have said, no, I spent $300. Okay, I could have bought a size smaller for $200, and I paid about $300 for that bike. But the small ones were so light, if you could have a car pass, it would give you the wobbles. So at least this one has a heavier base on the bottom to really let you have some balance. Yeah, it's been raining all week. Every time I make plans to go somewhere and do something, it rains. But we are in the rainy season here. So it makes sense. I got a video of how I hid the bike because I had it parked here in the living room covered with a sheet. And then I let my wife come in and unveil it. I'll put the video up of me covering the bike up. Yeah, too many hills back here for one of those. Yes, Aunt Frank, you're correct. You could not get very far with that bike in Pennsylvania. I live on a beachfront, like slash flatland. Did you get rid of it yet? No, I just parked it on the other side of the living room. No, she better learn how to ride it because if she can't figure this thing out, then I'm gonna sell this thing and go get her one of them three-wheel trikes that you see old disabled people using. It has like a seat on it, and like a car seat instead of like a freaking bike seat, like a chair. It's like a chair on a trike. If she can't figure this bike out, I'm getting her that. But she's already riding it. I bet within 6 months or so, she'll be comfortable enough to go get an actual scooter. But them scooters are just so tall for her that she's not comfortable being on one foot. Oh yeah, Dad, I tried it out. My dad just asked me, "Did you try it out?" Yeah, this morning at like 3 in the morning, I was having heartburn from all the pizza I ate, so I decided to go to the 7-Eleven like 2 mile away, and I rode over and back. I got it up to, like I was saying earlier, first gear on this is up to 30 kilometers. Second gear is like right around 35 to 40 kilometer, and third gears the whole way up to 45 kilometer per hour. And it's an automatic electronic, but it has 3 different gear speeds. It rode nice, and with the weight it had, I had a rig, a van, a truck, and a car, and other motorcycles go by me, and it didn't push me off the road. Now, if I would have bought her one size smaller, Dad, as soon as a van or a pickup truck or a rig would go by, that would blow right into the curb. Like, be like being on a pedal bike on the side of the highway. This one at least got enough weight that it feels like a scooter. Pretty cool. The thing that blows my mind is it makes no noise. No noise. All you hear is rubber and road. Like, that's so odd to me. Oh, you were wondering why I was up at 4 a.m. when I sent you the videos. Yeah, we bought pizza and it had a bunch of pepperoni on it. I had, like, how can I say it? Freaking heartburn so bad that, like, I was about to vomit. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to think of a word that all cultures would know, because I doubt a lot of people know what spew. But yeah, I had heartburn so bad, I had to run the 7-Eleven. But it was a fun ride. I mean, I wouldn't have a passenger on that little thing at all unless it was like a little kid or 2 like little people, maybe 2 people Diane size. Like Diane, she's like, "Oh, you until I get it, you can drive me on it," and I'll sit on the back. I'm like, no, like we'll just one at a time on that bike. It's so weird. My driveway's empty. Just 3 weeks ago, I had Cranky, aka Scrappy, the Yamaha Fino. I had Luffy, the Zoomer, and Elizabeth, my QA, plus my daughter's NMAX in the driveway. Now we only got the NMAX in the driveway and the electric bike in the house. It's so wild. I can't believe that we have an electric bike. I know I don't want one. I like fuel powered. Oh, hey, by the way, to give you a good comparison to this bike, it's like having right around 50 to 80 cc dirt bike. That's what it feels like. It feels like a 50 or an 80, probably closer to an 80, but like a 50 or an 80 cc dirt bike. Kind of like how it feels when you're riding it. It's quick. Excuse me. I know if it actually had a higher top speed, it'd get there fast because I can go from 0 to 45 km. That it's probably 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Like for an electric scooter with my fatness on it, that's pretty good. Like it's 100 feet, and I'm maxed out on 45 on it. Like when Diane first started giving that thing throttle, practicing on the porch, she about crapped herself when it's jerked forward. I was like, yeah, once it starts going, it's going. So be ready. But here, check this out. I'll show you this for reference. Let me get it up here. Uh-oh. I'm already hitting the couch. But, for a reference, where's that kickstand? Right there. You know what I mean? This is all the bigger it is. Not bad. Oh, crap. I had to move the bike out of the way of the walkway just in case my daughter needed to walk through. Don't want to knock it over. Hey, Alan. Nice little scoot. Yeah. I got the wife one that would fit her. She's only 4'11", man. I had to get her one of these little electric ones just so she could touch the ground. She ain't ready for tiptoe riding. She likes that flat footing, so I had to get her something she could flat foot on. But excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good buy. That cute little scooter, yeah. I just can't wait to find out what she's gonna name it because I told her, you might be Asian, but you're with an American, so an American and a Filipino daughter, like our daughter, she's Filipino slash, she's my daughter, so American. Guess what? You gotta name your bike now. There's more American tradition with this bike buying on there than the Filipino side that don't name the bike. I don't know. I like messing with her. But it goes. I mean, it'll get the job done. At least I know she'll be able to get back and forth to work and not have to walk and worry about dogs coming at her and God knows what else. Rain and puddles, and you still got to ride a bike in the rain, but it's better to be on the bike than to be walking. I don't know. That's my point. She got a helmet with a shield on it. Yeah, every time I go to the park, it rains. Like, I don't know. Did you hear the thunder? You just got done downpouring. Sorry, everyone, I'm so late for my live, but I told myself I'd take a little nap since I was up so early, and if it wasn't for my daughter getting breakfast, I wouldn't even woke up to do the live. Name it flow to go with the flow. Name it flow to go with the flow. I like that one. I'll pass that one off to the wife. I'll throw that in the suggestion box. But what's cool is she wanted a blue bike, but not navy blue, and I got her a blue bike, and it was on Mother's Day. How about that? Well, I didn't get it on Mother's Day, but it was for Mother's Day, so Mother's Day blue. Kind of good coincidences. Yeah, this month is starting to fly right by, just like last month, and I didn't even get much done this month. Oh man, I still got a little bit of that heartburn. Dang pepperoni! The older I get, the more red sauce and pepperoni kick my butt. I was talking to a guy here. He's from Norway. His name's Kevin. He's a nice dude. He's dating a co-worker of my wife. Man, he's kind of a dumbass. Like, nice guy. I like him, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I like him. I'll say I like him, but he's a dumbass. Okay. This dude, he comes over the other day. And this is funny. I got a camping and kayaking trip, Alan, set for the first week of June. Kick ass, man. Take pictures for me. But this Norwegian dude named Kevin comes over. Nice guy. I like the dude. He's kind of a dumbass. And the problem with what he's doing is he doesn't understand boundaries and, like, what could really piss people off. And, okay, the phrase dumb, stupid American, to me, is an insult. But if an American does something dumb and stupid, then by all means say it. But when you categorize all of us in that group, it kind of pisses me off a little. I had to tell him about it, and he calmed himself down, and he ain't saying it so much. But he was bringing up about disciplining kids, and I was just like, what? And I guess he's seen, I ain't gonna really get into it too much, but a kid do something stupid and the mom smacked him upside the head and put him in timeout, and he got all offended by it. And I'm like, what do you mean? If the kid said something foul to their mother and did something foul, they need to be smacked upside the head. Not hard, don't like break the kid's neck, but you know, like how I got raised, like smacked upside the head, go in timeout. He was telling me that you should never ever discipline your kid and shouldn't even verbally raise your voice to the child. I'm like, God, I can't wait until 30 years from now to see what kind of kid he raises. Because, like, dude, he said he was never really hit, and he only got verbally a little bit, you know, like maybe spanked once or twice. And the dude's never had a job in his life. He lives off disability, whatever. People get hurt. He got hit by a vehicle and he gets it, whatever. But you can't even. Wow, like I blame part of him not being disciplined on his laziness, and he says he's always very blunt, and that's part of discipline. When you say stuff to people, and you don't get disciplined for it, you don't know boundaries for it. When I grew up, my grandma on my dad's side was hilarious. Oh my God, Grandma Schuller. You'd be sitting down for dinner, be sitting down to play with toys, getting ready to go outside. Grandma would smack you upside the head, only that hard. You know what I mean? Not to make a noise. You be like, Grandma, what's that for? What you about to do later. And I'm telling you right now, between my grandparents and my parents, I had the perfect amount of discipline for the amount of dumbness that I was. Like, it was amazing. And I couldn't imagine lipping off to my family and not getting at least verbally disciplined. You know what I mean? So I hope he changes his mind if he has kids. Because I do like him. I just think he hasn't been in social events enough to understand boundaries or disciplined enough. But I don't know. Leave in the comments of if you think how you were disciplined, being raised when you were younger was too much or enough. Me, I think if I wouldn't have got what I got, I'd be where everybody else I know that didn't get disciplined, and that I'd be in jail, dead, jumping off buildings and skyscrapers with parachutes, and I'm lying. I'm scared of heights. I'd be doing some of the dumbest shit ever. So I thank God for my family and the discipline that I've received over the years. And that's where I wanted to go with the story, though, is I don't understand his side of not disciplining, because I look at my life and it's only bettered me. what's a mother bird do? Push you out the net. But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't know. I'm grateful for it because it made me learn a lesson and made me not want to do that same mistake again. And if I did do it again, I learned my lesson doubly as good, and I made sure I didn't want to ever do it again. But I don't know. It just made me think of that because, like, I just don't understand that concept. Because for people like me, if I would have been raised by someone like that, it wouldn't have been good news for me. I was a wild character. I still am, but I was wild. And on another thing, dude asked me how old I was, and I was like, guess my age. And he's like, oh, I know, you're 56. I'm like, fuck, dude, my dad's like only like 59, 60 years old. What do you mean 56? He's like, huh? I show him a picture of my dad. He's like, oh, he looks younger than you. I was like, oh my God, are you for real? My dad looked younger. This dude said my dad looked younger than me. He said my dad looks like he's like 51. I look like I'm like 56. I'm like, dude, I'm like going on 39, man. He was like, nuh-uh. I was like, yeah, dude. Like, I had to show him my passport to get him to freaking believe me. Like, it was hilarious. Like, I couldn't believe he just said my dad looked younger than me. Like, dude, he thought I was like 20 years older than my wife. He didn't realize my wife is like 4.5 years older than me. I was like, dang, dude, I aged horribly. But I'll tell you what, though, that Norwegian dude, he's pretty cool as far as come over, have a cup of coffee, and have like the dad jokes that we tell, or like just joking about stupid stuff like shit we've witnessed. You know, I like talking to him that way. But he said my dad was older than me. Like, I was older than my dad. Like, really? My dad's older than me. I ain't older than my dad. Like, that wouldn't make sense. I guess I am my own grandpa then, right? If I'm older than my dad, I'm my own grandpa. I don't know, dude. I know I come from next to West Virginia. I didn't know I came from that side. Woo! I thought I was on still the Yankee side of the Mason-Dixon. I don't know. It was funny, though. It gave me a good laugh. Like, the dude had me almost falling out my chair laughing because I couldn't believe it. But I wish him luck on his adventures. He's going to have a fun one ahead of him. Yeah, he was talking about opening a grocery store in the Philippines and stuff. And, dude, that's awesome. I hope it turns into 15 stores for the dude. I know if I ever go to the Philippines, I'll swing by and buy something from him. But it's fun. What else? Oh man, there's something the other day I was just thinking like, oh, I need to mention. And then I keep forgetting until after I'm done being live. Huh, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It was an experience I had, I think. Yeah, draw the blank on that one. Oh, some dude said I sounded like a character off of The Walking Dead. Or he left a message on one of my videos. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, all right. I didn't think I sounded like him. I think the dude's voice he said I sound like sounds more badass than my voice, but thanks to that dude for saying that. Yeah, I get some pretty cool private messages from people, especially from the Keyway groups. Shout out to the Keyway groups on Facebook for accepting me and always watching my YouTube videos and my Facebook reels. And you guys are awesome. I truly appreciate yous for all your love, support, and dedication. I'm sorry I had to sell Elizabeth, but she went to a good home. And I highly recommend Keyway to everyone. And if you need parts, hit me up. I'll send you to my boy Accurate. And if you need a carburetor, sorry, speech impediment kicked in. If you need a carburetor, hit me up and I'll hand you over to my boy Dispill. And them dudes will hook you up with some stuff and they'll treat you good. You'll have everything you need. There's my shout out to you guys. All right, let's see what. Oh, excuse me, Butthead. I was told I sounded like Beavis and Butthead before. But yeah, I figured I'd give the Keyway group a shout out because they're still viewing my videos and leaving me comments and asking questions. And I enjoy helping people. So it's nice to be able to help people with their mechanical problems that they can't figure out. And I'm not no mechanic. It's just if I already did it and I know what I'm doing on it, I'll share the information I know. So if you talk to someone else that knows the same information but more or better or easier way, they'll share it back to me. And it's a nice little community. I can't wait to see what kind of bike I get when I get home. I'm telling you, I'm looking for another Intruder. If not, maybe a Sportster. I don't know. I need to find a good bike, like a nice 800cc range. No more than 1,000. If it's 1,000, it better like be a heavier bike with bags on it, and you know what I mean. Like it's because it's a bigger bike, not that it's just 1,000 cc's on an Intruder. No, I'm good. But like I need to find a nice bike for cheap because I love to ride. I think that's one of the things I really enjoy over here is you can ride a bike year round here. Year round. I mean, unless you don't want to ride in the rain, but that don't stop me. If I got to go get groceries, I got to go get groceries. I go. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of fun. I enjoy riding a lot. It's like a sense of freedom, sense of peace of mind, and almost like an usha, which is like a form of meditation, like a release. So I think that's why I enjoy it. Same with like why I like driving cars, but a lot of times when I'm driving cars, it's not as free feeling, you know. So that's also with the T-Bird. Why I want to build it because I'm gonna make it retarded, awesome, insane. Like that car is just gonna be. So it will feel like a sense of freedom because just the wow factor of it. I like having vehicles people want to walk up and ask me about, like the Keyway. I made that thing see-through basically. It was nothing but skeleton. And people would walk up, check the bike out, and just be like, hey, what's up with this bike? Da 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 da. What CC? What'd you do to it? What carburetor? Why does it sound so nice? What'd you do? That was awesome. Even with the Intruder, I didn't do a whole lot. I changed the exhaust. I changed the carburetor. I changed the airflow system. And it made that Intruder sound like a mean son of a bitch. Well, I pretty much did the same thing with the Keyway. But the Keyway, I didn't change exhaust. I just made it flow better. Because the exhaust had a bunch of like build up in it. And I sat there and tapped all the rust out and, cleaned it up. Made it new again. But I had a lot of compliments on it, and a hell of a following because of it, and I appreciate everyone for it. And that's what I originally wanted to do with my car, and that's what I'm going to continue to do with my car when I get back to America in July. How I would post videos with the Keyway, I'll have videos with the T-Bird, and whatever bike I get. Which I'm telling you, I'm truly hoping to get another Intruder. I like the body style, I like the weight, and I like the engine size. Now, if I was going to get a longer bike or a bigger bike, like I said, I'll probably need 1,000 cc's instead of 800 because of the weight and the length of the bike. Like, you get one of them Super Glides, 1,000 cc's like running an 800 cc, just because you're weight. But if it's a light bike, like that Intruder, I don't know, I think 800 is enough for me. I think 800 would be good. I can't wait to get the T-Bird done and out the way and work on my brother's Camaro. That'd be nice. And then hopefully, since probably not going to be this summer, but next summer, him and I can go to some car shows together. I'm going to get his boy to help work with the T-Bird on my T-Bird and that Camaro. Because I know I'll be doing a good bit of that work on that Camaro. Not that my brother won't, just that I enjoy it more. So there's something needs done. I ain't afraid to ask him, hey, let me do this for you. You know, my brother's super busy, dude. Like, compared to me, my responsibilities are left in Asia. His responsibilities are all around him. You know what I mean? So it's a little easier for me to go out there and do that shit. But I can't wait because I've never worked on a Camaro before. Now, before my T-Bird, I never worked on a T-Bird, but I've been working on it now. The Camaro, I'm kind of interested in seeing the difference in how the car is built compared to the T-Bird. Kind of like, there was a Dart that I seen that was for sale, and my brother got that Toyota RV from 1978. Dude, I was like, can we take that engine and put it in that Dart? Like, probably not. Like, you probably could, but it wouldn't be really worth it. But I was looking at that like, oh, that'd be cool. And I was like, well, you know what? I think it'd be even cooler to, okay, like, that RV. Dude, you push that shit off, take that engine out. If we can trade that engine and get enough money round up to get my brother, like, a hyped up brand new crate engine to put in that Camaro. I mean, put some like twin turbos or a supercharger or something on it just for fun. I don't know. Definitely looking forward to working on the vehicles. It's always fun when you're working on a vehicle to accomplish a goal compared to working on a vehicle because it broke and you need it. That's when it gets to be annoying as hell compared to if you're doing it for fun. Dude, you can take all the time you need with it. You can just go at your own pace compared to, oh crap, I need that thing tomorrow. Excuse me. One more minute, it'll be 40 minutes, and I'm almost done with my coffee. Yeah, I need 440 in a Dart's crazy. That's what I was saying, but the Dart I was looking at, dude, the frame looked like it was too rusty. Like, there was holes in it and shit. Like, it, I'd have to find a different Dart. But, hey, I thank every one of yous for hopping on and spending some time with me. Yins, have a good one. Have a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you at the next Having a Cup of Joe with Joe. Bye, everybody.